Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Botshelo Sello. Welcome back to my another YouTube video. So for tonight, I just want to show you where to buy and where to sell. Cause as I see, a lot of people do not know where to buy or where to sell. Please make sure subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, and comment down below if you have any question. So let's get down to it. Let's get to the chart. So before you buy or sell in the market, you need to see how the market is moving. Just go maybe to the bigger time frame just to see what's happening in order for you to know whether to buy or sell. So before we get to the smaller time frame, you just need to see what's happening in the market. As you can see, this is an impulse. This is an impulse. This is a correction. This is a correction. An impulse. And this is a bigger correction. So this is a bigger correction. Then we have another impulse. So before you buy or sell, just make sure to check what's happening in the market in order for you to know what's happening. Then after you're done checking, that's when you can go down to the smaller time frame. In the smaller time frame, that's where we're going to draw a trend line just to see what's happening in the market. Just to see what's happening. If you look at this, this is a beautiful reversal pattern. So if you can see here, this is a bigger correction. Let me just, so you can see clearly. Let me do it from the back. So as you can see, this is an impulse and bigger correction. Then impulse. So now we know how the market is moving. Now we know how the market is moving. So let's get down to the pattern so we can see what's happening. So this is the 4-hour time frame. This is the 4-hour time frame. So I'm just going to show you the entries that you should use in order for you to make profits. I think I should go down to the smaller time frame. As you can see, this is a beautiful reversal pattern. This is a beautiful reversal pattern, but it's rejecting here. As you can see, it's still rejecting. Price broke, came for a retest, but went down, but it's rejecting here. So there's a strong zone. But as we get to the smaller time frame, that's where we can see what's actually happening. So this is a reversal pattern, meaning that we go into the downside, but the way I see it, still rejecting. So we still have some opportunity to the upside. But for now that we're seeing a reversal pattern, we're looking for a sell entry until it tells us so, unless the market shows us with another pattern that it's not moving that way. Let me go down to the daily time frame on the 1-hour time frame. So let me just show you this continuation pattern and just show you where to buy and where to sell. So guys, you need to know where to buy, where to sell. What a lot of people do is they buy here while the pattern still moving or still forming. While the pattern is still forming, they just buy here. You're not supposed to buy in the middle here. It's either you buy here on the support or the resistance. That's where you buy. But here, because we see a pattern, it's close to the support. Here, because we see a continuation pattern to the upside. So what we do is, let me just do this. So what we do here is, in order for you to go in for a buy, because you see that this is a continuation pattern to the upside. So in order for you to go into this trade, you need to wait for the market to break, come for a retest, then that's where you go in. But before you go in, you need to make sure that your risk ratio is 1:3. You need to make sure that your risk ratio is 1:3 in order for you to go in the trade. So let's just see. It's perfect. It's 1:6. So before you get into an entry, make sure that the risk ratio is 1:3 or more. And the other thing is wait for the pattern to break. Wait for it to break and come for a retest, then go up with it. Because I'll show you some other examples to show you that if you don't wait for a retest, you'll get stopped out a lot of times. So the best way is, in order for you, is to wait for a break, then come for a retest, then that's when you go into the market, then your 90% rule will always be hit. So this is the first entry that I'm showing you on a buy entry. The other option you can use is the risk entry. This is the risk entry. I don't know if you know it, but this is the risk entry. So what the risk entry is that you wait for the market to touch it 3 times, then that's when you go in the market. So this is the risk entry. I'll show you other patterns. So this is our first, second, then third touch here. Let me just zoom in so you can see. So this is our first, second, then third. So on the third entry, that's where you can put your sell entries, but you should know that this one is very risky. That's why we call it the risk entry, but I don't recommend it for you guys. Let's just leave the risk entry one so we can focus on these two ones. So the other one here, other entry, the sell entry that I'm telling you about, you see even here, you wait for the market to break, wait for a retest, then that's when you can sell. But before you also do that, you need to check your risk ratio. You need to check your risk ratio. If it's more than 1:3, in order for you to go into the trade, you need to check it in order to see if the risk ratio is 1:3. Perfect. The risk ratio is 1:6. But you need to be really careful when you get into a pair like this, because long term is buy, but the short term is sell. So you need to be extra careful on this pair. So let's just go deeper in the 15-minute time frame just to see what's happening in this trade, in order for us to know if we're still going to get in or we're still going to sell. So if you can see here, I still see a pattern to the downside. Let me just show you what's happening here. This is what I see here. This is what I see here. This is the risk entry that I was telling you about, but I don't want you guys to go in with the risk entry because you won't understand it now. So in order for us to go in the market, we have to wait for it to break the pattern, guys. That's the easiest way for you not to get stopped out a lot of times, because I can see a lot of people, why it's like this, they buy somewhere here. Obviously it's going to go up, the next thing it took you out. In order for you to go in a trade, you need to see a pattern, and you need the pattern to break in order for you to get in the trade. So for us to go into this trade, what we'll be waiting for is for the pattern to come and break the trend line, come for a retest, then that's when we sell. That's when we sell. Obviously our risk ratio should be more than 1:3. So the other thing that can happen here, every time the market breaks the trend line, it will always come for a retest. No matter how powerful it breaks this trend line, it can come here, can break like this and not go for the 90% rule, then come for a retest, then that's when it goes down to a 90% rule. So in order for you, sorry, then comes for 90% rule. So you need to be patient. You need to be patient, guys, in order for you to trade the forex market. Because if you're not patient, you'll always get stopped out. You'll always get stopped out. So just wait for a retest, then you go down or up with it. Let me just show you some other examples. You see here what happened? The price broke. If it was me, the price broke. I wouldn't go in because I will be waiting for a retest. Price broke, came, and went back for a retest. That's where I'll be entering my trade because I saw that the this channel broke. Like this trend line broke. Let me just do this. So you can see that this is a reversal pattern. So what I'll be waiting for is, in order for me to get in the trade, is wait for it to break, then come for a retest, then go down with it. Because some of the people, when they trade, they do not wait for a pattern. They just enter wherever they want. Some of the trades that I see, people enter here because it's a sell, because they saw that this is a big candlestick, so they're still thinking that it's still going to the downside. They sell here, then it goes down, then comes and takes them out. So in order for you to make profits, you need to be patient, wait for the market to break, come for a retest, then that's when we go for our buy entry. Even this trade here, if I remember correctly, I showed you this trade here. This is a buy. This is a buy. So what happened here? I think it was the news, that's why it moved so heavily. It was the news. So I didn't get in because I was waiting for a retest. And it did come for a retest. Did do a retest here. Let me just zoom in so you can see it. So these are the best entries, guys. These are the best entries. So it did break, didn't come for a retest, then it came back and did a retest, started to reject, and I think there was a strong zone here. Let me just go down to the 4 hours so I can show you. Where's that pattern? Why can't I find that pattern? Can't find that pattern. I just wanted to, let me just do another one. It's fine. Let me just do another one. So you guys, here it is now. I can't see it on the bigger time frame, but if you can see this on the, I think it was on the four, it was on the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, I had this zone. I had this big zone here on the 4 hour time frame. So I saw that it's not going to break the zone here because it came for a retest. Why? Because it broke here, the zone here. The price broke here. It went up. It didn't come for a retest. So that's why I'm telling you guys, you need to be patient for a retest. So the price broke, went up, then it came for a retest, then that's when it went up. So this pattern was still valid for me because it was rejecting, and here was the 4 hour time frame, and it broke, came for a retest, then that's when that's when I went in. But it played a lot here, but I was patient because I know what I'm doing. Then it went up, then it hit my 90% rule. So in order for you guys, look at this also. But this one is the 15-minute time frame. Even here, price broke, went up, came for a retest, then that's when we go in, then we go up with it. So you need to be patient, guys, with these entries. You must wait for it to break, then come for a retest, then that's when you sell or buy. So thank you guys for watching my video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like the video, and comment down below.